Reaper is an inexpensive yet very powerful DAW you can fully try out and test before purchasing. I've used Reaper since 2015, so at the time of this video, about 3.5 years. This series of tutorial videos is aimed primarily towards beginners. In my previous tutorial, I showed an interesting way how to focus various effects by allowing only certain instrument frequencies to be affected. This time I will show how to overcome the Reaper limitation that you cannot easily add an effect for one or more MIDI patterns by using Take FX. For example, say at a certain point in your song you want a certain effect to be added to the track instrument. For a waveform track, it is very simple. You click the MIDI item. Let's split this one right here. Let's say we wanted a special effect right here. Then you go to the item main menu and click item properties. Note the F2 shortcut. You then click Take FX and insert the effect you want in that particular segment. Let's say here it's reverberate. Let's move this over here. This loop in this particular section here. Solo out the pad. But as you can see here, nothing's coming in and we can't hear any change when we turn off the effect. That's because this will not work on MIDI instruments. It will only work on waveforms. In this case, the limitation is fairly simple to overcome, as I could just move by cut this reverb, put it on the main track, and I could add an envelope for this one right here, the wet dry mix. And I can do that by clicking the track envelope automation. The reverb is coming after the instrument with all the parameters, so I'm going to minimize that. And this one down here, wet, we're going to turn that on, visible. Close this window. And we want the effect to be at 100% here, yes. But not here. We'll put that down to 0. Such a drag. And the same, oh, there's already a point there, so we'll just drag that all the way down. Okay, so now let's try and play this. Okay, so that was the pad without reverb. I'd actually just quickly put a preset on it. Wide, room size. Better hear it. Now the reverb is on, and now it's not. So for something as simple as to just turning an effect on and off, or mixing in wet dry, you can use envelopes. However, if you want more drastic control, such as selecting a different present on an instrument or a totally different instrument, you'll have to do something other than using envelopes usually. Delete that envelope right there. Delete that envelope right there. Hide all the track envelopes. So what we'll do instead, we'll take all the whole track FX chain, that is the instrument, the equalizer and reverb, and we'll cut that out from the track itself. So now there will be no sound from the pad. Then we'll select this MIDI item, hit F2 to go to MIDI item properties, click Take FX. We'll paste in the entire FX chain that was on the track. However, in this particular area we do not want the reverb, so we'll delete that from there. Click OK. And we'll also put it in this particular area right here with the reverb. click the MIDI item, F2 to bring up MIDI item properties, Take FX. Okay, now we have this particular MIDI item with the instrument, the equalizer, and the reverb. Now, one thing you might notice now, that even though this and these two MIDI items, that one and that one, are linked, the effect we had on the first one is not replicating back here. So we'll have to delete this one, highlight this, Control-C for copy, and paste it out there. Now the same FX chain that is on this MIDI item and this one is the same. Now let's, besides the reverb, also do something a little more drastic here. Let's put a different preset in. Turn up the volume. Okay, now let's try and hear the track here. So now we, on this particular MIDI item, the pad is playing with our original track instrument and the equalizer. In a moment when it gets to this item, it should play with a different preset and reverb. Okay, and now it will go back to the original just instrument and equalizer we had on the track itself. So that's a way you can overcome the MIDI Take FX limitation. However, it has another limitation. Whatever MIDI notes you send from your keyboard will not go to any of these MIDI items. It will only go to the track. However, they will play fine during playback and during rendering, so it's not a big deal. In my next video, I will show how to layer MIDI instruments by routing track notes to other track instruments. Thanks for watching.